not particularly thinking outside the box. Right, so for enough don'ts, I think. If we start looking at a couple of do's, one other thing that's very, very relevant for this is to know exactly how much inventory you're going to sell. If you've got a ring-fenced amount of inventory and you can't just buy in, there are different models out there, but if your inventory is yours, then it's a big commodity and you need to know exactly how much of that you can sell on certain targeting criteria. So the ways of getting around that if your forecasting isn't very good is either to build in a safety net so you don't look like an idiot in front of your customers, or it's to try and sell them some sort of, we'll just deliver as much as we can. I don't know how many of you in the audience that have had experience doing that and it working. I certainly haven't. So you don't really have to settle these days for bad forecasting. You need to make sure that the tools and the techniques that you're using incorporate a very good forecasting model. What that means is looking at seasonal peaks and troughs, not just last week. Using the most, as I say, detailed possible base data. If you're going to be doing a campaign from Wednesday lunchtime until 10 days later at midnight, then you need a reference to base the forecast on, based on exactly those days of the week. If public holidays fall in those days, you need to be referencing from the right type of data. Taking all targeting criteria and also frequency considerations into the mix. And if your company works like this, that your salespeople can come along and say, well, I haven't quite got a sign-off yet, but it's 99%, I need to reserve that inventory. That needs to be taken into consideration as well. So there are tools out there, which mean you don't need to be doing this, you don't need to settle for bad, and you also don't need to be doing it yourself in Excel. Another way of perhaps optimizing or helping to grow the entire market together is to create a brand environment for clients that are traditionally a bit scared of going online. Best example is an airline customer. I'll come to that in a minute. And create an environment that's safe for them to be doing business, and that means where they don't have to worry that one day they'll wake up and there's been a nuclear disaster in Japan and their energy ad is right next to it, which happens every day in the most high quality content. The people here who have anything to do with news and current events reports will know exactly what I'm talking about. One strategy is to not have ads on those pages, on current events pages or politics pages. That's losing you money. And if you can help advertisers that are traditionally nervous about advertising online at all because of this reason to start shifting more of their display budget, more of their branding budget online, you're going to actually be helping to grow the entire market. So this is a case study of when I was living in Germany. I was working for a news portal, and we just got a lucrative deal in with Lufthansa, who traditionally, the sales guys had done a lot of work to get them on board. That was all looking very nice. The creative was a flash overlay layer where an airplane flew over the homepage of the website, and little clouds coming out the back of the plane wrote 88 euros, because that was a special that they were advertising. Then it flew into the side banner on the skyscraper on the side of the page, and everyone was happy. Except that the start date of the campaign happened to be the 10th of September 2002, which meant that the airplane flew over this picture, which is pretty terrible for Lufthansa. It got taken offline about half an hour later, or 10 minutes after someone noticed it. But they just said, we really understand that this is going to happen on high quality news content, but I think we'll just avoid doing that in the future. We're going to go and, we'll find our users elsewhere. And if you can stop that happening at a page level using a content vetting tool that's accurate and that will precisely prevent this from happening without actually getting rid of a whole load of ad spaces,